guys, and welcome back to What's for Supper. We have a very, very special episode for you guys today. We're going to be doing Korean street food. Ever since, I met the lovely wife, Jen, I got super into the cuisine. I've been to Seoul a couple of times, fell in love with the street food style over there. So I thought I'd make you guys some tasty Korean style street food today. Let's get on with it. So on today's menu we have crispy tornado potatoes, mozzarella corn dogs, and spicy rice cakes known as tteokbokki.
Wow, that was the one.
Getting some help up there. So we're gonna kick things off with the crispy tornado potatoes. We're gonna need 3 potatoes, obviously give them a good wash. And then we're gonna get one of the spuds and a skewer. And then we wanna get the skewer right underneath, give it a good poke. There we are, pop that through. And here's where we get a knife, we cut in at the top, and we use the skewer as a baseline to cut down. And then we want to angle it down and slowly but surely turn the potato as the knife cuts round. And take your time with this, guys, Rome wasn't built in a day. Right, and now the slicing is done, we want to very gently just try and stretch it out a tiny bit. Looking gorgeous already. And then we'll repeat the same process with the other 2 potatoes. Right, then we want to get a bowl. We want to get about 2 tablespoons of Parmesan. I'm using pecorino. Then about 2 tablespoons of Panko breadcrumbs. I like to just throw it in, give it a little eyeball, Then about 2 teaspoons of paprika. Plenty of salt and pepper. Right, set that aside. Then we're gonna get our lovely spuds, some olive oil. I'm just gonna brush all over. Then we'll set these aside. Then we got our Parmesan and breadcrumb mix. We got our spud. Get it nice and coated with the nice crispy breadcrumbs and the Parmesan. Oh, this will just add to the delicious flavor. Make sure it gets nice in between as well. Then we're gonna set it on a baking tray. Repeat. This is a very impressive, snack, whatever you want to call it. If you've got friends over, or other half, or even you just want to impress yourself, I think that's the most important thing. You want to impress yourself. Everyone loves a good spud as well, And then we'll throw this in the oven at 350 Fahrenheit for about 30 minutes until golden brown, crispy, and deliciano. Right, so the tornado potatoes are done. They're looking lovely. I'm just going to top it with a little bit of parsley and some Parmesan, just to garnish it nicely. And they are ready to serve. So now we're gonna move on to the mozzarella corn dogs. I mean, how can you go wrong with these, right? The melted cheese, the crispy outer battered coating, it's just very naughty, but very nice. So we're gonna need a block of mozzarella. And what we wanna do here is, I guess, chop them into sausage shapes. So 1 inch wide. We're gonna get a skewer and pop them through the middle. Perfect. So I'm just gonna throw them in the freezer for 5 minutes just to help keep the form nice and strong. Right, and then next we're gonna get a bowl. We're gonna get 1 cup of flour and we're gonna sieve it in to the bowl. Make sure there's no lumps. Lovely jubbly. Then we just want 1/2 teaspoon of salt, then 1/3 cup of sugar. Then we're gonna pop an egg in. Excellent. And then lastly, just 1 cup of milk. Then we're just going to gently whisk this together until smooth. Then we want to get a pint glass or something similar and just pour it in. And then I'm just going to pop that in the freezer for about 5 minutes as well for the same reason. Right, so now I've made an assembly line. I have my mozzarella sticks, the batter, and a big old bowl of panko crumbs. We want to make sure we have plenty in there, plenty of space, because we want to make sure no cheese is showing. So we get the stick, pop it in the batter. Make sure it gets all over the top. Lovely. Now let's get it in the panko. You want to basically cover the panko all over it. You don't want any cheese showing. All right, now that that's done, set that aside and it's ready to fry. We want to get a high heat. We want plenty of vegetable oil inside. We want to get nice and hot, about 350 Fahrenheit, and then we just place them in. We want to cook this for about 3 minutes. They don't need long, just enough to get nice and brown. It's yet another slightly naughty feast for you guys, but I'm sure you won't complain about that. One day I'll do something healthy. So as you can see, they're nicely browned. This looks good to serve. Right, last but not least, we're gonna move on to our spicy rice cakes, tteokbokki. I apologize if I'm saying it wrong, which I probably am. We're gonna need some cabbage, fish cakes, and scallions. We're gonna chop them kind of chunky. Right, and then set aside in a bowl. Lovely. And then we want to get our rice cakes and put them in some water for about 20 minutes just to soak them up and get them nice and juicy. So let's get the pan out. Right, so we want a medium-high heat on the pan. Then we want 3 cups of anchovy broth. I've been boiling some right now. Then we want to add 3 tablespoons of red pepper paste, gochujang. Perfect, give that a little stir. Then we want some red pepper powder. I'm gonna do like 1 teaspoon. I'm not good with spicy food, and this would just make me, I'd be sat on the toilet for a couple of hours. So 1 tablespoon it is. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sugar, sweeten up a little bit, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. Get that nice bit of flavor in there. Then we want to add our special ingredient, the rice cakes. And then we want to just cook this for about 8 to 10 minutes until they get nice, soft, succulent. You know the drill, guys. Looking good. The rice cakes are nice and juicy now. We're going to add the vegetables and the fish cakes. Get them in there. Look at that. Then we're just going to cook this for about 4 to 6 minutes until it is nice and succulent and ready. A lot of spice, a lot of flavor, lots of taste, and a sore body. It's funny, when I first moved over and met Jen's parents, and I think the first thing we did, they took me to like a good traditional Korean spot. And Upper ordered like an off-the-menu raw crab, ultra spicy dish. I'd never had raw crab before. I'd never had like the really strong Korean spice, and it was the most painful thing I've ever had in my life. And obviously I had to impress the parents and, act like I wasn't dying and sweating and all that. And I think I managed to just about get away with it, but it tasted amazing. But that was when I realized that Korean spice is just on another level. Right, this looks good to serve. Now, let's bring the wife down and serve her up some lovely Korean street food. Right, babe.
I think this looks incredible. I was just telling Ben that a lot of times when people make tteokbokki, it looks like super watery, and I'm like, eh. But this looks amazing. I'm very excited to eat this.
Should we try these first?
Yeah.
Cheers, babe.
Cheers. Mmm.
It's not bad. It's really stretchy.
I think it's pretty good. Mmm. You're supposed to show off the cheese pool. That's the etiquette.
I'm sorry, guys. I do apologize.
So if anyone ate this in another mukbang, they'd be very pleased because they'd be like, cheese pool. It's actually really disappointing if there is no cheese pool.
Well, we got the cheese pool. Plenty of cheese pool. Mm-hmm. See, look at all that cheese pool. Cheers, babe.
Mmm. Mmm. I think it's really good. It's got a kick.
It does have a kick.
Mm-hmm. Mmm. It's really good, babe. Holy crap, I'm so impressed.
Right, let's try these tornadoes. I'm making a right old mess today.
Mmm.
Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be nice if they were hotter. Made these first. We don't have to pretend.
You can't break the illusion, babe. Oh, this is so
break.
hot. They're scalding.
Oh, it's so hot. It's another slightly naughty meal, really. Once again. Mm-hmm. One day, I'll do a healthy one, guys. One day. But for now, we'll keep it naughty. We'll keep it tasty. And while I sweat because of the spice, we're going to continue to eat this. Thank you all so much for watching again. Thank you for joining me, my lovely wife. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.